Welcome back to the Tiffany Paul Show. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see I'm wearing my jersey today. You might think, it's go time. It's game day. She's back, baby. The bad bitch is here. The sad bitch is gone. Okay, no. It's actually just really fucking hot today. My AC is broken, and this is has holes in it, so it gives me like a little breezy breeze. So still lost, still a little confused, still a little unsure of where we're going next. All we know is that we have this podcast, we have the show, we have the present moment, and what more do we need? Just kidding. Don't you kind of hate that advice? And people are just like, be in the present moment. You're like, yeah, that's great when you are happy. When you're sad, you're like, the present moment, how is that going to make me feel any fucking better? And they're like, just be grateful. Just be so grateful. Like, go smell a flower. And you're like, fuck you and your flowers. Like, go take your shitty ass generic advice and go, cheer some other person up. Because it's not, not welcome here. And, trust me, I wish I could fucking smell a goddamn flower and be fucking, back to the old me. I miss the bad bitch. I don't like the sad bitch. And, that's been a huge lesson in learning for me. It's like, wow, Tiffany, you are rude to yourself. You are kind of rude. You just love yourself when you're achieving and doing and focused and doing all the things. Can you love yourself when you're sad, when you're depressed? Come on, do better. And then you're like, oh, Tiffany, you're kind of mean to yourself. You're first off not even accepting and loving the sad bitch version. And then now you're kind of mean to yourself, telling yourself do better. You're very hard on yourself. And maybe you can relate. I'm very hard on myself. When my shit's not together, I'm very unhappy with myself. And to be honest, it's a trigger of mine in life. When people don't have their shit together, I'm like, come on, do better. When I was dating and the guys couldn't do the basics of just plan a date. Oh, hey, I'm interested in you. Let's have a date. When are you free? I say when I'm free. Okay, great. How does dinner at 6:00 at this place sound? That's not even fucking hard. So many men, what are you thinking? Where should we do? 12 or 7? Oh, da 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 da. I'll get back to you. They never do. It's so fucking flaky. Just get your shit together. Or even when you're dating and then people have not done the inner work, they haven't gone to therapy and they have no self-awareness around their childhood wounds and their triggers and their projections and all the things. It's get your shit together. What the fuck? It's a trigger for me. But then also, I have to take ownership over that because ultimately it's easy to blame other people. But why that actually triggers me, if we're going to dig deep into our heart and soul, which is what we do here on the Tiffany Paul Show, because we keep it real. And we don't fucking bypass and we don't blame and shame. We raise our hand and say, what's there to learn in this situation? What does this have to say about me? They're reflecting something back within me. Okay, so why does it bother me when people don't have their shit together? Well, it makes me feel unsafe. You not having your shit together is I don't know where I'm going. Can I trust you? Especially with dating, it's I want to trust you. I want you to lead, and you're just kind of all over the place. I can't actually relax here. So it's really a lot more to do with the fact that I am relying on this person to have their shit together so that I can feel safe. And it's either work on myself for eternity to never feel that again, or just date guys that have their shit together. Okay, we're just gonna do that. Option B. Okay, so that's the latest. Still don't have a game plan. Still don't know what we're doing. And quite frankly, I really miss caring. I miss caring about life. I miss having big dreams and goals that were lighting me up and motivating me. I miss having direction. When I wake up in the morning, it's oh, birds are singing and chirping. And you're today's a good day because I have direction. And every day I just wake up and I'm God, are you there? Any directions for me today? And it's just keep going, just keep going. And so that's what I do. I have my business. I'm a mom of 2. I have my podcast. I get to the gym. I see my friends. It's a very simple life I'm leading. But simple sometimes for me is boring. And so I'm just trusting that this space that I have created for myself, because if I really wanted to, I could get busy. I could force some things. I could push forward. I could work harder. I could get fucking busy. But nothing is really lighting my heart on fire right now. And I'm just honoring that. And I'm trying to trust that this in-between stage of not knowing what's next and no longer existing in the energy of the old me is sacred and it is serving a purpose, whether that's to create time and space for me to look inward, for me to practice patience, for me to like further heal and clear some things, whether the timing just isn't right because I meant to meet, a business partner or like go to an event which is going to inspire me. Like, we don't know why I am being slowed down and why intuitively I'm not getting the nudge to speed up and like create a lot of things right now, but we're just trusting. So maybe you're in that in between stage. Maybe that term, the void, is new for you. So let me just break it down because it's a very sacred space. And it's one that most people don't do well with because there's a lot of uncertainty. The void can feel like emptiness. I have shared, like, I feel very empty lately because I have cleared out so much, not only physical things like environments and people, doing the inner work, like letting go of the beliefs that no longer serve you. When you do that work to clear away what no longer serves you, there can be this feeling of emptiness because you have let go of what no longer supports the highest version of you, but you have not yet maybe filled yourself back up with the things that light you up because you're being much more mindful and choiceful, like very demure, very, what is it? Very demure, very mindful. What is it? There's a fucking thing that I just botched, but if you know, you know. And so you're being very mindful around what you fill yourself back up with because you're not just going to fill yourself up with a whole bunch of shit and busy work because you just did all this hard work to get that shit out of your field, like leave those environments, like let go of those relationships. And now we practice patience and discipline around what we bring back into our lives. We don't rush into it. And so when we take time and we pause and the new has not all revealed itself, there's this in-between stage, which is called the void. So it's you've let go of the old life, the old identity, the old career, the old relationship. And the new has not come in. So maybe the new career, the new relationship, the new identity, the new dream. And so I find myself in this in-between stage, which is known as the void. It's the void that feels like nothing, and it's dark and it's deep, and it's where all the seeds of what is next is planted. So we're planting seeds, but nothing blooms and sprouts in the void. It's darkness. And so this is where we do the inner work. This is where we pause and recalibrate. This is where we check in with ourselves and we're like, what do we want next? And it's okay to literally be like, I don't know. That's part of the void. The void is uncertainty. It is emptiness. It is restarting energy. It's starting from scratch. It's starting from the beginning. It's a fresh start, which can be exciting, but also scary. So for me, there are days I definitely get overwhelmed and not knowing and all the emptiness and all the space and all the openness. But then I remind myself that this space and this void is exciting because from the void, all things can be created. All things are birthed. So this is a very sacred time. So if you're in the void and you miss like not knowing and not having direction, like I feel you, I resist the void hard as well. I've been here before and I know that I always come out the other side. And that's the one thing that helps me most these days where I'm feeling anxious to like be happy again and feel like myself again. I just remind myself that this isn't going to last forever, but some days it feels like it's going to last forever. It's like, when am I going to feel like myself again? When am I going to feel like me? So if you're feeling impatient to get back to full force you or the version of you that you used to be, first off, just maybe acknowledge that she's dead. And you got to make peace with that. That's part of the grief that comes up. It's like the old version of me is dead. Like, I miss the version of me that could just hustle and force and grind my way through and just like go, go, go. Like, she was the best because she didn't think that hard and she didn't cause me too much trouble. And this more aligned version, the one that wants to pause and do things differently and move for more intention and alignment, she's kind of annoying sometimes because she's fucking slow. And what's our problem with slow? I don't know. We just live in a world of like instant gratification and like more and doing more. And like, I want it now. Like, you want an answer? You ask ChatGPT. You want something from the store? You Amazon Prime it. Like, everywhere we go, it's like instant gratification. And your soul is like taking its sweet ass time. And I don't really appreciate it. But we love her. We love our soul. We love our soul. But we also, it's like a love-hate relationship, because I love fucking dopamine hits. And it's like, let's go. Like, let's achieve something. Let's do something. Let's mark off something of our to-do list. Let's create something. Let's be something. Let's, fucking go. But I have been cultivating this discipline to take it slow. And so here we are, embracing the not knowing. And there are days that I'm like a little fucking victim. And I'm like, poor me. I'm so directionless and sad. And like, God, I'm so annoying. Because sometimes, like, do you ever get annoyed of yourself? I'm annoyed at myself all the time these days. I'm like, oh my God, you're so whiny. Like, if I'm going to be in this slow space, can I just enjoy it and be like, oh, nothingness, ease? I mean, it's not really fucking easy. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to do nothing. It's like, why can't I just enjoy it? Instead, I'm like a victim to it. So, just letting you know, like, victimhood happens sometimes and no judgments here. So I have a feeling I'll be empowered soon. TBD. Okay, let's get into today's Q&A about authenticity, living a true life, and we'll see what wisdom we can channel from our higher self, the version that knows everything's going to be okay. All right, so today's question is, I've made big changes to live more authentically, but instead of feeling free, I just feel isolated. What if being true to myself doesn't bring the happiness I imagined? Well, girl, were you reading my diary? Because this sounds like literally what I fucking pen myself each night. Like, what did I do to my life? Like, why did I blow it all up? And why does it not feel better than I imagined? You know, I left my corporate career a little over 5 years ago, and I imagined by now I'd be a little bit more excited and aligned with whatever business I was building. And sure, like 5 years later, it's pretty impressive to say I have a multiple 7-figure business, but like, is it my most highest alignment? It's not. And I did envision a world that 5 years after leaving corporate and like following my heart and living a truer version of myself, that things would feel different career-wise. Because look at me. I'm a podcaster on the couch making no dollars. This is like the truest version of my career at this point in time. It's free. It's freemium. It's $0 in my pocket. Like, this is the career, podcasting, talking, speaking, that lights me up most. And I don't have as much progress 5 years later, but have I been podcasting for 3 years? Yes. And so I'm going to address this in two spaces, two specific examples, career and love, because those are the two that I can most relate to you on. And then I'll give a general answer at the end. So 5 years later, after leaving corporate, I totally thought I would be way more settled in whatever my soul aligned career was going to be. And it's just not that. It's been a lot of test and learn. I've literally started 5 businesses in 5 years because, well, first off, one was in travel. The pandemic like annihilated that. Then I tried other businesses and I did not like them. So I shut them down because I'm like, this does not feel true to me. And so finally, I have a business that, is making money that is going to support me and allows me to be in my zone of genius. And so I finally landed in a business that does align with at least my lifestyle, in that it allows me to work on the business, not in the business. It leaves time for my passion and creativity, and it does fund my passion at this time, and it pays my bills. So what I want to say is that, you talked about living a life true to you, making some big changes. If that was a career change, I want to just share with you my personal experience, that it took me literally starting 5 different businesses for me to really land on a business that felt true to me. And one of the reasons that I shut down the first few businesses is because I was a solo entrepreneur and I did feel very lonely. I thought leaving corporate America, going to be my own boss, was going to be like me living the dream. I was going to be so happy. But the reality is I felt so lonely. I hated being a solo entrepreneur, so much so that I vowed I will never start a business again, just me. And my current business, I have co-founders, I have an investor, I have financial backing. And when I first started out, it was like all on me. It was bootstrapped, self-funded, only me. It was so lonely, so stressful. Like, I had a few coworkers, but nobody I could confide in because they were, more like our social media marketing team. like my assistant, not people who were like at my, strategic level. And so it was very lonely. And so again, I don't know what your changes are that you made, but if you made a career change and maybe you're doing something on your own, let me just tell you, like, I felt that so hard. And I really encourage you to maybe reconsider how you can feel less alone by maybe bringing in a co founder, by maybe truthfully, like, do you need to close down that business and start a whole different business where you feel more connected? Or do you need to start getting out of the house more and tapping into a co-working space? Like, surround yourself with people and do whatever it takes to feel less alone, because loneliness is an epidemic and you definitely don't need to feel alone in your business. And I never want to work alone again. So that's my experience feeling lonely after making a big move to more closely align with the true me. And the second would be the divorce, where 2 years down the road, I totally thought I would be more at peace with just like living the single life, or like maybe have found some, suitable people to date by now. And I haven't. And I feel like when you first leave your marriage, you like are so confident in your decision. And you're like, yeah, like this is not obviously for me. And you have to muster up all this courage to make such a big, bold move. And then I feel like years later, kind of the reality hits in where it's like there are so many good things, but you start to forget the bad things, because it's like you're so far removed and you're like, oh, I really do miss partnership and I do miss, being married. But it's like that wasn't true to me. And so I wish sometimes I was more at peace with like being single, or like even more at peace with the dating experience and not getting so frustrated with the fucking weirdos out there. But I'm not. And so sometimes the reality of what I thought leaving my marriage would look like, we all like fucking hope for the best, right? Like, at least I hope so. I hope you don't hope for the worst. And sometimes like life does not meet you there. It's like, no, I haven't met an amazing guy yet. No, I haven't totally fallen in love with being alone. Talk about feeling isolated, like, you're alone, hello. And like, I struggle with, shared custody, and sometimes my kids are here and then they're gone. And like, energetically, it's like such a fucking mind fuck when one minute you're a mom and you're like totally connected as a family, and then one minute you're like totally on your own. And clearly, if you've been following the show, it doesn't seem like I'm doing well. Not well, bitch. Like, I'm not doing that great at the moment. So no, did I like imagine I'd feel like this? No. But you have to just trust the process. And so often we want what we want now. And like, we have to just surrender to life, because life is going to bring us the opportunities, the people, and the things that are going to serve our highest good. And sometimes our highest good is a lesson or a delay. And so maybe you are being challenged to fall more deeply in love with your life, to pursue a passion, to go get connected by joining a different club or an organization or a co-working space. The reality is that most people live a lie. They don't have the courage and the audacity to do what it takes to live a life that is true to you. So of course you're going to feel lonely. You're going to feel isolated because you are one of the rare ones. You are one of the few that had the courage to say, fuck this. This isn't working. I'm going to bet on myself. I'm going to be me. I'm going to do me. And like, that is my top priority. And I think that if you start making truth your highest priority and just get really comfortable with the fact that living your highest truth is not always going to equate to happiness or connectedness or feeling good all the time, I think that's where you can find a little more peace. Because yeah, I'm the same as you. Like, sometimes I get frustrated. It's like I'm doing what feels true to myself. I'm showing up authentically as I am. And like, why does life feel so fucking hard sometimes? And the thing is, it feels hard because we're so conditioned to fit in and belong and wear masks and perform and be perfect and people please and self-abandon. That in ways is much easier. It's easier for the ego. It aligns with the conditioning. It aligns with the societal norms. And so it's normal if following your heart and living a true life doesn't always feel good. And you're going to feel isolated at times because you're doing things differently. And there are less people living a true life than there are living a fucking fake ass lie. And that's just the reality. And so there are also times that I believe that we are placed in isolation so that we can deepen the connection with ourselves. We can really understand our truth, our heart's desire. And so sometimes that isolation is intentional, it is purposeful from the creator, from the universe, from God, so that you can better get to know yourself, so that you can heal what needs to be healed, so you can hear the intuitive pings. And so maybe your isolation is not a problem with you or a problem with being true. Maybe your isolation is divinely orchestrated because it is the connection that your soul is asking for. It is a divinely orchestrated moment in time for you to more deeply connect with you. When you unplug from the outside world and unplug from the matrix and plug back into you, that is the most powerful thing you can do, because that is when you become unfuckable with. Because when you're plugged into yourself and you find safety and security and peace within yourself, and you don't need anything around you to feel enough, to feel whole, complete, at peace, that's when you have true fucking power. That is when you have true power that cannot be taken away from you because it exists within. And so maybe that isolation is actually a gift. And so it might just be a perspective change that you're needing right now, and not seeing that isolation as a punishment or like you're doing something wrong, but as a gift to further connect with your deeper truth. Because the thing about truth and authenticity, it's layers and layers and layers deep that we have to dig, remove, and clear in order to connect to the truest version of us, the truest essence of us, before the world told us who to be and how to act and not to swear and to get our shit together and be normal and polite and all the things. Like, this is a deep unraveling and a deep undoing. And that does require a level of isolation. So I think isolation is just part of the journey to living a true life. You're going to be intentionally, purposely put in isolation to more deeply connect with your truth. And know that not everybody's living a true life, so sometimes you may feel like a little different or like an outsider. That's okay. You will find your tribe. You will find your people. Ask God, ask the angels, ask the universe to bring you your people, and then also take action to join organizations, clubs, retreats, whatever, to find your people. You don't have to do this alone. And I'm always here, so send me a DM. I'll say hello. So let me read the question again, make sure I got that answered. So the last part, what if being true to myself doesn't bring the happiness I imagined? Well, what is our obsession with happiness? Like, why do we have to be happy all the time? Trust me, I'm preaching to the choir right now, because I'm like, I just want to feel happy again. Like, I'm so tired of feeling melancholy and like I don't give a fuck and like I don't care. Like, that doesn't feel the best in my body. And this is just a season of life where I can't force happiness. I can do certain things that make me happy, but what is our obsession with happiness? The thing about life, it's like if you're here to feel alive, you have to feel all the range of emotions, the highs, the lows, the disappointment, the loss, because that makes the wins even more great. That makes happiness even sweeter. So being alive is just all of it. Being the true you is not just you being happy. Like, the truth is, being depressed is true. Being sad is true. Having grief is true. Feeling annoyed is true. Like, the negative emotions that you're feeling right now are true to you. So living a life true to you might actually look like giving yourself permission to stop trying to be fucking happy all the time. Because the truth is, a lot of people are fucking miserable and they're just lying to themselves. And there's a day and time and that it's great to just have some affirmations, convincing yourself you're happy when you're not. But there's also a time and place to just honor what is. And the truth is that you're not always fucking happy. And what's wrong with that? And just trust that this season of maybe not being as happy and feeling more isolated is only temporary. It will pass. You will be happy, I promise. Do I seem trustworthy? Are you feeling pumped up? Are you feeling confident that you're not going to be isolated and miserable forever? Because, girl, I'm with you. I have those days where I'm like, what if this is as good as it gets? Well, what if I made a big ass mistake and I really fucked everything up? So I'm with you. Okay, so that's today's question. Today's rant. If you're watching this on YouTube, I am like turning red at this moment in time because I'm so fucking hot. I just don't appreciate the fact that this AC is broken 3 times in this freaking house. And I will just say a blessing is that I'm a renter and that I don't have to pay for this shit. But like, I am a cold sleeper. I don't know about you. And so this AC being down is not only making me sweat in this moment, like I'm sleeping like shit because I need to sleep at like 68 degrees. And just so you know, if you don't sleep at 68 degrees, like what are you actually doing? Because this is like scientific. The optimal sleep, actually, let me Google it. What is the optimal sleep temperature? I'm asking ChatGPT because Google is so 1999. Okay, so the optimal sleep temperature is 60 to 67 degrees. Oh my God. So I'm not optimizing my sleep. I said 68 degrees. But like, I'm fucking pissed because I've been sleeping like shit because it's like 75 degrees at night. I cannot live like this. I can't sleep like this. So I'm sleeping horribly. I only ever sleep in like silk pajamas because it's like I'm so hot and I can't even have silk pajamas. I literally have to sleep naked, which is not a problem, but it's so fucking hot. And so I'm just ranting about this AC. I'm also ranting about hot sleepers because like again, now that we're in the dating realm, like some people they think that you can sleep in the 70s. Like, I absolutely cannot. And so it's like, do I need to start like pre-screening these men ahead of time to be like, what temperature do you sleep at? Because how am I going to sleep in a 70-degree house when literally 60s is like what I need to be content? And plus, like, if you're a human body next to me, you're actually radiating heat. So I guess this is a two-part rant. One part is this AC is broken and I'm hot and sweating right now. But two part, I can't fucking sleep. There's a third part. We're also mad at the hot sleepers. So let's just be mad at the hot sleepers who think that 75 degrees is an appropriate temperature to sleep at. It's absolutely not. Everybody knows it's in the 60s. And who are you? Where did you come from? You're some sort of alien species. I see you. You cannot be human and actually have a restful sleep with the temperature at 70. Okay? That's not a real thing because I'm not rested. Do I look rested? I'm not rested. And so we're ranting at all three of those things tonight. So fucking hot. I'm going to go to the gym just so that I can use the AC and go on a little run and sweat it out a little more, I guess. But yeah, fuck you to the AC, fuck you to the hot sleepers. And this is also a PSA. The optimal sleep temperature is in the 60s. So if you're not sleeping right, get your thermostat together. Get your shit together, you know? Yeah. Anything else on that? No. Ah, okay. ChatGPT just talked to me and that was scary. Okay. That's today's show, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Peace out.